June 12 is not simply about Chief MKO Abiola. It was the resolve of Nigerians, the revolutionary resolve of Nigerians to disestablish the military and restore democracy. And we shall use the occasion of June 12 to build on the achievement of our democracy in the last 20 years. Let us not deceive ourselves. We are not yet to the promised land. What we have seen in the last 20 years is civil rule. We have seen an uninterrupted democratic for 20 years, but we have seen traces and elements of military mentality in the psyche of Nigerian political class. Violations of fundamental rights, disobedience to court order, refusal to accept democratic principle, breaches of the Constitution is still the order of the day. So if we want to build a strong and virile nation, our Constitution must be our conviction, must be our compass, must be our guiding principle. There are people who fought for this democracy. There are people who died for this democracy. We should appreciate the Academic Staff Union of University, the NUPEN, the Nigerian media, the National Association of Nigerian Students. Without June 12, they couldn't have May 29. It's not about assembling head of states in Abuja, assembling ministers, party chairmen, and political leaders in Abuja. If we are talking about June 12, we should talk about those who fought for democracy, those who restored democracy back to our country, the Chief Gani Fawemis, the Dr. Beko Ransom-Kutis, the Femi Falanas, the Wole Soyinkas, even Chinua Achebe. In the north, you have Colonel Umar, you have Dr. Bala Usman, you have Balarabe Musa. Even your own publisher, Chowore, he has played a leading role in the struggle to restore democracy. He was one of those student union leaders that were outstanding in that struggle. So we should appreciate them, not just people who are trying to exploit the political advantage of June 12.
So do you think it's enough that the president declared today as June 12 celebration, Democracy Day, or should he do more?
Now, first of all, it's a good step that they have recognized June 12 as a democracy day. But we should use it to chart a new course for Nigeria. And what does chart a new course mean? Restructuring the polity, enforcing security, respecting the Constitution, uniting our people, ending the politics of religion and ethnicity. That is the way, because June 12 spirit is about unity. June 12 principle is about democracy. June 12 ideals is about justice. So we should use June 12 to build a new future for Nigeria.
Thank you very much, sir.
One of the issues we have been talking about is that the national monument should be named after MKO Abiola, and now we have the stadium being named after Abiola. What do you think about this?
I've already read that the National Stadium has been named after Chief MKO Abiola. But also, that National Stadium should be put in good shape. It is good. Abiola, wherever he is at rest and at peace with his spirit. But we should not forget and ignore the contributions of Nigerians, the media, the intelligentsia, the labor union, the civil society, the campaign for democracy, those who fought, the students and youth, should all be equally recognized. Without the civil society, without the revolutionary struggle of the civil society, the political class will have easily buried June 12. Yes, thank you.
Oh, the significance of the June 12 struggle is that it means the people are resolved to take their destiny in their hands and end poverty. That's the significance. That they believe in the Hope 93 agenda of MKO Abiola, and they were ready to pursue it to logical conclusion. And that is why we must tell the Nigerian government that there must be abolition of poverty in whatever democracy we are running. Any democracy that doesn't translate into prosperity and end of poverty to the mass of the people is not the kind of democracy we want. That is democracy in breach, according to Obior Ezekwesili. And so therefore, the significance of today is that Nigerians are still pursuing the Hope 93 agenda, and that is end to instability, end to poverty, end to insecurity, as encapsulated in the Hope 93 agenda of Chief MKO Abiola.
Do you think it's enough that the president declared today as Democracy Day, or he can do more?
It's good, he can do more. He can do more by ensuring stability and security and prosperity of the mass. He can do more. It's not just about monuments. That's symbolism. But the life of the people that MKO wants to change, and that the Abiola family must be compensated well. It's very important, those two things. There must be end to poverty. Democracy must translate to end of poverty, farewell to poverty, and abolition of poverty to mass prosperity. And that the Abiola family, whose business is being ruined daily, should be compensated. There is no basis for them, for federal government, to revoke the certificate of the oil company, or certificate, oil license of the Abiola family, the Summit Oil. Olawale Okuniyi is my name. I'm the chief convener of June 12th Democracy Movement of Nigeria.
Well, you know, no system practiced by human beings are perfect, but I think that they are trying. It's getting better. The votes, the elections are getting more credible, and the quality of leadership is getting more sincere. So we're hopeful that things will get better in the future, but it's getting better though.
All right. So do you think it's enough that the president declared today as a Democracy Day, or do you think he can do more?
Well, we can always do more. All of us can always do more. The fact he has announced it is good, but he's also announced my father as an actual president, and also talk about all the salaries and allowances due to him to be paid, you know, and to improve the security situation of Nigeria and to improve the economic conditions of Nigeria. Because June 12 was all about farewell to poverty. And a lot of Nigerians are in a bad state economically, and insecurity is increasing. So we need the government to tackle insecurity and also to tackle the economic situation.
So a lot of people lost their life during the course of the struggle, apart from those that were recognized, and there are some that they didn't recognize. Do you think the president should give them the honor they deserve?
I mean, definitely hundreds of Nigerians died for democracy, if not thousands. Some of them, no one even remembers them anymore. It might not be practical for the government to recognize everybody, but they should at least acknowledge and recognize the prominent ones amongst them. You know, so like my mom, for instance, should be given a national honor because she gave her life for this thing. The fact that the government has not been able to get justice for her, they should at least recognize her contributions. You know, but so far so good.
So what can you say about INEC not releasing the election results, 1993 election results that your father protested? What can you say about that?
Well, I think that at one point, Mr. Nwosu released those results. I don't know whether it was official or whether it was a personal release, but I think that the federal government should, if they should release those results officially, and they should gazette it, and they should, so that it should be acknowledged as an election that was won by MKO Abiola, and MKO Abiola should be referred to as the former president of Nigeria, and all the salaries and emoluments due to a president for like 4 to 8 years should be paid to him and his family.
Nigeria had a free and fair election in 1993 with massive popular participation. There was a contest, not a conquest, as we had witnessed in subsequent election. The outcome was that Chief Moshood Abiola emerged as the president of Federal Republic. Now, the outcome was so free and fair that the loser, Alhaji Bashiru Tofa, accepted the outcome of the election. It was an all-inclusive process. And all of a sudden, the military dictatorship annulled the elections. 16 years after, it's commendable that President Muhammad Buhari has come to validate the sanctity of that mandate by recognizing Chief Moshood Abiola and by declaring June 12th as the real authentic democracy day, because that was the day the will of Nigerians was ably expressed through ballot box, in a free and fair elections. So the significance of this struggle is to make the point that never again will anybody rule us without our mandate through and fair elections. And after we've voted, never again should anybody annul the election. So President Buhari has damped those who are not this election, and he has heroically put his name in history to show that he has respect for the wishes of the people. Then, secondly, and this is very, very important, significance of today is that when we have credible people going to political process, people who stand for something and who do not fall for anything, the difference is clear in our democratic process. The difference will be clear. Now, what am I saying here? The late Chief Moshood Abiola has been acknowledged to be a successful businessman, an intellectual in his own right, an accountant who had first class in school, very brilliant, and a man with passion for nation building. Now, that he was a candidate in that election was very significant, because he was not hungry looking for public fund to steal. On the contrary, he was angry against poverty. He was angry over lack of electricity. He was angry against poor roads. He was angry against underdevelopment of Nigeria. Not only that, he was angry about the injustices done to blacks all over the world. You know, he led the struggle for reparations for the slavery which Europe and America perpetrated, taking our people into slavery. He was the chairman of the campaign for reparation for blacks, unprecedented. He said if you can pay reparation for the Jews, for the Holocaust they went through the Second World War, why not for millions of black Africans, most of them from West Africa including Nigeria, who are taken as slaves? So now, how does that reflect to June 12th? Because he was passionate, he was not willing to give out his mandate, even at the risk of his life. He could have chickened out. In any case, the military dictators were his friends. IBB was his friend, Abacha was his friend, but between friendship and nation building and democracy, he chose democracy and nation building. Of course, he sacrificed his life for that. Now, today, we don't have that kind of people in politics. We have people who fall for money, who have no principle, who chicken out at any opportunity. In fact, Abiola was also a victim of some of those civilian collaborators, because people undermined his mandate. They abandoned the mandate. Some joined those who are even opposed to him. Even some of the people who are being honored today, some of them were dishonorable in not standing for that mandate. Now, so I want to use today to say that we must reinvent new political class if Nigeria will be the best. And how? We need our first 11. We need the best, incorruptible, comfortable with themselves, people who are, comfortable in their skin. You don't have to change, their colors. And that's how we got independence. Nigeria got independence with our founding fathers and mothers, highly educated. Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Ahmadu Bello, later Malam Aminu Kano, of course, the Zik of Africa, philosopher king, with multiple degrees. They were the best who challenged the British to get our independence. They led the resistance. The late Michael Imodu from Labour, they were the best of people. And they gave Nigeria the best development up to 1966 when we had the military. So again, never again should we allow people who have no pedigree, who have no knowledge, to drive the destiny of 200 million people. This is the largest concentration of black people in the world. We are the only hope for the Africans. If Nigeria works, all Africa must work. And Nigeria worked before, it can work again. So, and of course, he was a proud African, Pan-Africanist. Abiola was proudly African, you know, and full of proverbs and wisdom, and also he was audacious to fight for independence. He was our Mandela. In fact, he was the one who helped to liberate South Africa, including Mandela. He was a mentor to Mandela.
All right, sir.
So what I'm saying here is that we need those set of leaders now. So we need a new political class, new political party that stood for something. You know, Abiola stood for eradication of poverty, fair way to poverty. This new political class have to learn from that, and Nigeria must learn out of that. Yeah. And lastly, citizens who must stand up to defend their mandate. I want to commend Nigerians for the steadfastness in the last 16 years. As Mandela said, it seems impossible, but it is done. It's been done. We never believed today will come to pass. You know, even though in the grave, he had honor than those who are not the elections. And we know them today. Those who are not celebrated today are the people who are part of the problem that they put us today. You know, so it's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.